Our last several episodes highlighted our summer cruise to Desolation Sound in the summer of 2022. We spent the first week with our friends Scott and Melissa, experienced some engine trouble in Gibson's, had a sporty sail from Smuggler Cove to Powell River, changed crew, and welcomed our friends Stephanie and Chaz. We enjoyed some spectacular anchorages and equally spectacular weather. Then we had a week to ourselves where we hung out at Squirrel Cove and enjoyed our new Helix Gennaker on our trip south through Malaspina Strait. So we are in Howe Sound and we're downwind. Wind got up to about 22 knots, just around the southeast tip of Gambier. We put the jib out. We were getting about 7 knots just with the jib, which was awesome. About 15, 16 knots right now. And we're still cruising along at 6.5, which is awesome. Passing Ham Rocks to our port side, a bit overcast. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that getting into Squamish isn't going to be too tricky, because if it's windy here, it's going to be windy, super windy there. So we will see. Put the canvas up because it's pouring rain now. Certainly comes in handy. Keeps us nice and dry in here. Well, we're back. Docking was a bit of an adventure, to say the least. 20 knots of wind at the marina. There was a boat in our slip when we arrived. Luckily, they were on the boat and they moved fairly quickly, but it was still too windy for us to do our normal back end, so we had to change the dinghy around. Catherine changed the lines and the fenders to the other side, and we went bow in. So it took us maybe, 10 to 15 minutes by the time we arrived at the slip, and by the time we actually got everything sorted and into the slip, with some great help from some fellow yacht club members. Always appreciated. So yeah, it's a bit of a gong show, but successful nonetheless. So all good. Now we are just about to have our traditional arriving back from a trip, burger and drink. So, to a very successful trip and arrival. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's great to be back home. Actually, we've been home for a couple of nights now, and we spent both nights on the boat. I just don't want it to be over, I guess. Now comes the fun part of unpacking and cleaning up. Catherine's off to Nova Scotia on Monday to visit her mom and family. Both of the kids, Margot and Brad, are going to be here in a couple weeks, and we're going to do actually a family cruise for a weekend, which we haven't done in years and years. Wow, that's a really low tide, even lower than when I left. Surprised some of those boats are still floating. Okay, we've got, well, not really the final load, but almost the final load.
Almost the final load.
Now is the best time of day for unloading the boat because it's high tide and the ramp is nice and level. So,
Time to slap.
a little bit of strategy goes a long way. So easy. We had only been home a few days, and we couldn't resist this perfect day to get back out on the water and enjoy our beautiful Squamish harbor and our yacht club's mooring buoy at Britannia Beach, about a 45-minute sail from our dock. We had a bit of what we've dubbed a sporty sail this morning coming out to Britannia Beach, and we just arrived and we're on the buoy and it's a pretty low tide. Yeah, we had great fun coming here. We had speeds of up to just over 8 knots. The wind was maxed out at about 15, 16 maybe. The tide's going out, so we had current pushing us, so that helped with our speed too. Just arrived here, super low tide, very close to the shore. But we still have 22 feet under the keel, which is hard to believe when you look at the beach. On the September long weekend, we enjoyed a much anticipated weekend cruise with Brad, Margot, and Margot's boyfriend Ian. It started with yet another sporty sail. Really good wind, 15 to 20 knots most of the way down. We were going against, the wind is going against the current, so it's pretty choppy. We've seen these guys quite a bit. We saw them last summer in our cruise up to Desolation. We've seen them in here before. This catamaran it's easy to recognize. Okay, so what do we got going on down here? Margot's chopping veggie. Brad's reading a book. Ian is shuffling cards. Catherine is opening up some tuna, and we have a stuck cupboard that all the food is. Oh, we got it open. Oh, awesome. Way to go, Ian. The excitement was almost too much to bear. Yep, I think they thought I was taking a still photo.
I can smell the pancakes from way out there. They smell great. How'd they turn out?
They're looking pretty good. How's the avocado?
Awesome. Well worth the effort.
Ian's getting a workout. This weekend was a gift. With Brad settled into his engineering job 5 hours away and Margot navigating university life in another province, it was a rare chance for us to relax together as a family. We cherished the quiet moments in our familiar anchorage, enjoying each other's company without distraction.